Hello, I'm Jack and I'd like to show you how to paint a portrait. We will start by creating a painting in one colour only. I have an A3 sketch pad, a normal HB pencil and some paint I bought from a regular shop. I start by drawing a quick face, then painting the main lines in black. Now I think about the shadows and darker areas on the face and paint them using a diluted wash of black paint. You can build up the wash in layers if you need darker areas. This is a good introduction to painting in tones. Now for a face in full colour. Start the same way with a drawing. I copied a photograph and pick out the main features using a brown paint. Mix 3 skin tone colours, dark, mid and light. Make a lot of the mid-tone first. I made mine with orange, which I made from yellow and red, and I mixed it with lots of white. For the darker tone, I added brown to the mid-tone, which I made with more orange and a spot of black. For the lighter tone, I added lots more white to the mid-tone. Paint the whole face in your mid-tone colour, then start to pick out the shadows and darker areas with the dark tones. Pick out the highlights and the better lit areas with the light tone. You can work fast and blend the colours together. For the lips, I mixed some red with my mid-tone to get the perfect colour. I mixed a blonde colour by adding brown to lots of white to make a mushroom colour, then added yellow until it was the right shade. I painted the hair. I made an even darker skin tone and picked out the darkest areas around the eyes and nose. I painted over the blonde colour with the brown, and whilst it was still wet, I scratched through to indicate hair. The shadows needed to be made darker, then I painted the bright red t-shirt. I used the bottom of a paintbrush to paint perfect black pupils. Finally, I put on the highlights. I used white to pick out the very light areas and more of the blonde for the hair and the beard. This next painting is made the same way, with the mid-tones first, then the shadows, followed by the light areas. The lips were red mixed with the mid-tone. I have been a bit more experimental with my colours in this last picture. Sometimes when you start, everything looks a bit wrong, but the layers of tone will bring it all together. I just used cheap materials to create these portraits, and you can too. If you find that you enjoyed painting, you can move on to using better quality paints and paper, and then maybe you could exhibit your work in an exhibition. Happy painting!